The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Today on the Badgers Sports Report, head coach Bret Bielema recaps Wisconsin's season opening 26-21 victory against Northern Iowa. We'll look back at a very popular event here in Badger Country, a record-setting family fun day. We'll get on the bus with Heisman contender Monte Ball. It's all coming up on the Badgers Sports Report.
Motion left to right. They'll fake the fly sweep. Play fake. O'Brien has time. Winds up. Throws it deep. Right side. Abradaris at the 10. At the 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. O'Brien to Abradaris for 6.
Yeah, that was a good play action. James White had the fake, in the backfield, and then Danny threw a perfect ball. So, I like to get behind the defense whenever I can.
They're on their feet in Madison. Here's the snap. Cole Morgan to throw. Under pressure. Pass is deflected. Incomplete. Cole Morgan got belted as he threw the ball, and the Badger defense gets a stop as Badger Nation sighs with relief for the moment. Ball high step to the 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Off by Taylor. 40, 45, 50. Fires picked off. Borland with room. 40. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown, James White. The Wisconsin Badgers are headed to Pasadena. There it is. Ron Dames. In zone. Abradaris. He has it. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And it's intercepted by Shelton Johnson.
The Badger Sports Report with Bret Bielema is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Hyundai, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Lab report says epibetadine.
What's epibetadine?
No idea. You need to get on the DA. We need a warrant to hold Salazar.
He's where? Machu Picchu? Where's Machu Picchu?
Sounds like a sneeze.
Where am I ever going to find a laundromat around here?
Experience the speed of Charter with all your devices on the nation's fastest internet.
Hello. May I start?
Special, medium, water, lemon, 3 ice cubes. Thank you. Less, more, no. Perfect. No. That guy.
Hi.
No.
Hello.
No.
Hi.
Yes. I'll take the Elantra, please.
Great. Which one?
An easy decision just got harder. Sorry about that. The Elantra. Now also available in Coupe and GT. From Hyundai.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the crowning achievement in college athletics, awarded annually to the nation's best overall program in each division, both women's and men's sports. Celebrating its 20th anniversary, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup proudly honors exceptional student athletes and their schools. To follow your favorite team, visit thedirectorscup.com. Look for standings regularly in USA Today, or follow the Learfield Sports Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Wisconsin Badgers extend their home winning streak to 17 games now, and they've also won 15 straight season openers. Badgers defeating Northern Iowa 26-21 on Saturday afternoon. Bret, we were talking earlier in the week, Northern Iowa is one of those teams that, if you're a diehard Badger fan, a diehard Big Ten fan, you may not know much about them. You know they're an FCS team, but the more you learn about them, you're thinking, this is a pretty good outfit. What they did on Saturday afternoon, they've given FBS teams trouble.
Absolutely. I have a tremendous amount of respect before today. You know, you've heard me say that all last week. Probably in my preparation, all the things that I saw on film and knowing Mark Farley, I thought this was going to be the best FCS team we played to this date. So I know everybody's going to look at the score and have a concern, but really, for me as a head coach, couldn't have happened any better. If we walked out of that stadium 26-0 or a 26-7 win, everybody's going to feel good about themselves, walk around and think they're King Kong. Now, you know, we got to teach football. We got to learn. We got to understand how to finish games, and it couldn't have happened any better.
This is about big plays. They had a couple of on their fourth quarter touchdowns. They had a couple big hits. You take those 2 plays away, and your defense holds them to like 220 yards, give or take. For most of the game, the defense seemed to play pretty well.
Yeah, I think at halftime we had 46 offensive plays. They had 15. I believe they had 3 first downs compared to our 10 or 11. And it just goes to show it's a 4-quarter game. You got to play every snap on defense. We just gave them 14 points. I mean, you didn't even have to, you know, pay taxes on it. They just took them and ran in the end zone, and it's definitely something we got to improve.
Time of possession, we've talked about that a lot. Your predecessor, Coach Alvarez, talked about it a lot. It matters. First half, you had the ball a lot. I know you wanted to get into the end zone a little bit more. It seemed like you're right on the edge there, this team, of really pulling away, but it seemed in control for a good portion.
Yeah, I kind of made reference post-game to our players that there's a lot of teams today that went down in the world of college football that weren't able to finish. And obviously we want to finish a lot better, but for us to win that game the way we did, and especially running the clock out at the end, you only learn that by doing it. So I think some positives, but yet a lot of things need to be corrected.
Yeah, speaking of running the clock out at the end, Monte Ball, his yards were hard-earned on Saturday, 120 yards, 32 carries, but that last run, 3rd and 4, he runs for 5, and those last 2 yards, he had to pull through. That, statistically, you look at a 5-yard gain, okay, so be it. That was a big-time run.
That was vintage Monte. I know he was hungry for today. No matter who we were opening up with, you know, he'd been held out of football for a little bit and was extremely hungry to get out there. I think improve everybody that the thing I loved, the big pass play, you know, because one of the things we're trying to do is grow his game. And I really thought the coaches had a nice plan to try and develop him, let him be able to get his hands on the football through the air.
Is it tough for him because you didn't bring him down? He wasn't tackled during the course of training camp. I mean, you know what a guy like him can do. Does that matter? I mean, it's probably a natural question. Did it matter? Did he need a little time to get back into some rhythm?
I thought I know what was going to happen, and I was glad to see it happen the way I did. He's just so conscientious with ball security. I think that's the number one thing that I was concerned with. Until you get popped and you're hanging on that rock, you never really can simulate that. So credit to him. I tell you again, just credit to you and I. They did a tremendous job all day long. They were putting a hat on a hat, and obviously good things happened.
Well, your quarterback making his Badger debut today, 19 of 23. You know, you talked about it on the show last week. He knows who he is. He's not going to try to be great. He was really efficient on Saturday, wasn't he?
He was, and you know, every QB coach and the coordinator I've been around always wants perfection. I know Matt is going to be able to go through the film and let him grow and still allow him to see things that he can see on film that he didn't see today. But overall, I mean, those numbers are awesome. He didn't turn the ball over. I thought he managed the game, handled the clock at the end of the game very, very well. So all those little things together have the ingredients you think of a pretty good player.
Kind of liking that combo with O'Brien and Abradaris. He spread the ball around, but Jared Abradaris, his story continues to be a real good one.
Amazing. I think that was a huge play in the game. Also put something on film to know that guys can't just keep loading up the box and not allow the football to be thrown down the field.
You don't like having as many 3rd and longs maybe as you had, but you converted a couple huge ones. I mean, a 3rd and 20 plus and then a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that 3rd and 20 plus, that throw to Ped. You know what? I give a lot of credit. That will beat Danny there. He was patient. He let it develop. He knew that play was going to be able to be hit. And he stood in the pocket strong and hit it down the field, and that was a very big play.
Got to think, too, I'm sure you were asked a lot. We've talked a little bit about the younger receivers. Jordan Frederick gets involved. Kenzel Doe gets involved. Couple of catches. Again, statistics, raw numbers, looks kind of modest, but just to get those guys involved at this level could be huge.
Jordan Frederick on that dig was huge, to caught the ball, be able to advance it. I think Kenzel had 2 third-down catches, if I'm not mistaken, guys underneath, and he ran for a first. So we're going to be able to piecemeal it together. Good news was a lot of guys got reps. Good news is I think good teams make their best improvement from game 1 to game 2, and that's what we're going to try to do.
We talked in the radio after the game about Warren Herring making that big play, 4th and 1, Northern Iowa, in Wisconsin territory. It's Warren Herring getting to the quarterback.
Couldn't be happier for someone who's a kid that really tries hard. Mom and Dad raised a great kid. Dad's a police officer down in St. Louis. I mean, just does all the right things that you want, and kind of a character too, so it was fun to see him have success.
Speaking of characters here, last question. Had a chance to talk to Corey Raymer this week, one of 6 UW student athletes inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Corey, as Badger fans know, a real character, really good player, too. Yep. What kind of speech did he give?
You know what? He gave a great speech. He had a couple messages. First off, just, you know, that practice isn't always the most enjoyable part, but the reality that he found through his 4 years of starting here and 11 years in the NFL is how you practice really does parlay and how you play on Saturdays. I thought he had a great point about, you know, he'd been all over this world. You know, in the NFL, he got to play in every NFL stadium, got to play in venues that kids only dream about. But nothing was better than his four years here at the University of Wisconsin. I think that really hit home with our kids.
Yeah, Corey Raymer, that honorary captain thing that you guys are doing, that's special, bringing back guys, and then a lot of, well, of course, former players will be here throughout the season as honorary captains. Corey Raymer, part of that historic Wisconsin football season of 1993, Big Ten champs, and going out to Pasadena and winning the Rose Bowl for the first time in school history. It was great to see old number 52 back in town. Coach will join us again a little bit later in our show with this week's installment of the Great Dane Great Question of the Week. Also, Mike Lucas sits down with co-defensive coordinator Chris Ash. All that and more coming up as the Badger Sports Report continues.
He was good with the ball. You know, no turnovers, no nothing. You know, he was accurate. You know, got a few touchdown passes. I thought he played really well. You know, he commanded in the huddle, and you know that's what you need a QB to do.
I think he kept his composure, and he was a good leader throughout the game. Never got down, never showed us anything. You know, so I think he did a good job.
I'm impressed. You know, he played well. He was really composed in the huddle and made some great plays.
His leadership in the huddle, every play before he would call it a play, he would tell us, you know, keep going, and we're going to score on this drive. And I believe he's doing exactly what Russell was doing, being a great leader in the huddle, and that's what we need.
Yeah, the score is important. The performance was more important. We felt like they didn't reflect each other exactly. We played well for most of the game, and it was a close game on the scoreboard. So, you know, that'll get around the country, and they'll say it was a close game. But we felt like it didn't really reflect our performance. We gave up, you know, 2 blown assignments on the wheel routes for touchdowns, and even a blown assignment on the 3rd touchdown in the red zone. So, you know, you tighten up those things, it could be a shutout, it could be a 6-point game, a 9-point game. I don't think we're that far off. That's hard to say after a game like this, but we just can tighten the screws, cut down on the mistakes, and we'll be on our way.
It was unbelievable. To have that crowd on your side, that to be a home game, you know, finally seeing what other guys have been talking about Camp Randall was unbelievable. I got goosebumps all the way down my back. It was awesome.
Where others saw lumber, we recognized a treasure. Where others saw the night, we chose the stars. Where others saw pieces, we unlocked the puzzle that could mean the end of paralysis and cancer. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.
Family Fun Day is a really great opportunity for us to get and meet with the actual fan base. You know, obviously everyone's sitting in the stands and they're cheering us on, but we don't actually get to talk and meet people. So you know, it's exciting for us to sit there and watch them, you know, kind of run across the field. They're really excited for us, and you know, I think it's really cool for some of the little kids to be out on the field. You know, get to stand in the motion W at the 50-yard line. So I think it's good for everyone around.
It's pretty awesome just seeing how much everyone loves what we do and just what we do for the community, and it's just great to know how much we're appreciated and what our hard work does for other people.
It's actually fun. It's an honor just to see a lot of people wanting your autograph. You know, being a 19 to 21-year-old, 22-year-old, and having fans really want your autograph is very humbling and one heck of an experience.
Well, you know, this is my first autograph session. It's a great feeling, you know, because when you're a little kid, you know, you're really looking up to these players and, you know, just giving back, being the role model for them, you know, it's just a great thing.
Make no mistake about it, this Wisconsin team can quickly switch gears. Only one practice remains in fall camp, and it's treated with game-like intensity.
I just want to get our players and coaches at game speed, send coaches to the booth, put coaches on the sidelines. I just want to make guys game ready.
It was fun. It was different, but it was fun. Just an ordinary bus inside, but outside it's a little different. Growing up, I would never guess that this would happen. You see myself on the side of a bus, but it's a blessing that I always cherish, and it's a great feeling right now.
The Heisman hype is in full swing for the top returning vote getter Monte Ball, but in promoting his candidacy, web pages and tweets have nothing on a 15-ton city bus / rolling billboard.
Times are different now. In the back of the day, you just play your hardest, and you know that was that. But nowadays, you got to play your hardest. But you know they like a little bit of fancy work, you know, from the back. So, like I said, I'm still gonna make sure I go out there and play my hardest. But you know, I'm just enjoying the ride right now, enjoying the experience.
It's a long road to get back to the Best Buy Theater for the Heisman ceremony on December 8th. But let's take a look at Monte's highlight this week.
Second and goal for the 1-yard line of Northern Iowa. Handoff, Monte Ball over the right side, fights his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Monte Ball from a yard away. Ball in for the first time this season.
These are the heavyweights, the visionaries, the A-listers. These are the people inventing the technologies and establishing the protocols for treatments that don't yet exist. This is who you turn to when no one else seems to have the answer. These are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the University of Wisconsin. UW Health. Remarkable.
Charter Business helps businesses achieve everyday victories. Want to be victorious today? Pick up the phone, switch to Charter Business, and start saving over $50 a month. You'll enjoy internet 6 times faster than standard DSL. Plus, business phone with unlimited long distance. If saving over $50 a month doesn't make your decision easy, this will. Call now and get up to a $500 gift card. But hurry, because this offer won't last. To the victor go the spoils.
Hello, may I start?
Special, medium, water, lemon, 3 ice cubes. Thank you. Less, more, no. Perfect. No, that guy.
Hi.
No.
Hello.
No.
Hi.
Yes. I'll take the Elantra, please.
Great. Which one?
An easy decision just got harder. Sorry about that. The Elantra, now also available in Coupe and GT. From Hyundai.
Ah, the workout is over. Time to recover, refuel, and re-energize. Recent studies suggest that one drink can help muscles recover faster than other leading sports drinks. Delicious, nutritious chocolate milk. With its powerful package of protein, potassium, calcium, and 6 other essential nutrients, shouldn't chocolate milk be your choice? Got chocolate milk?
Mike on the mic. Brought to you by Hyundai.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Lucas from UWBadgers.com. I'm joined by Wisconsin's defensive coordinator, Chris Ash. I know you used an acronym around practice to kind of motivate the players. Explain that to me.
Well, when we started the season, we wanted to try to have an identity for our defense, and one of the things I came up with was a AAA bar none. And it stands for anybody, anytime, any place, bar none. Basically what it says is we want to have the attitude that we'll play anybody, anytime, any place, regardless of who it is, where it's at. You know, put the ball down, let's play. And that's kind of what our guys are trying to buy into right now.
Okay, you've delivered the message. Has it been received well?
We'll find out on Saturdays, you know. They come out with a great attitude and workman-like attitude every day out here at practice, and they practice hard, but it's got to show up on Saturdays.
What are some of the ingredients that you got to mix to get a good defense?
Well, it all starts with effort. You got to have great effort. You got to be able to pursue to the ball, and it's fundamentals from there. You know, can you get off blocks? Can you tackle? If you can do those things and you run to the ball, you'll have a chance to be successful.
Do you have enough playmakers to make it all work?
Yeah, absolutely. On the defense right now, we've got 11 guys out there that have played and started games here at the University of Wisconsin. So we've got a lot of experience. We got a lot of playmakers back from last season. So I'm excited to see what they do on the field.
Chris, how much do you rely on Borland and Taylor in the middle of your defense?
Well, obviously those two guys are very important. They're tremendous players. They're smart players. They've played a lot of football. those guys are going to make a lot of plays for us. But everything starts up front with our defensive line. Those guys have to have stay in their gaps, give the linebackers clear gap responsibilities so they can play and run the football.
You've got 3 seniors starting in your secondary. You raise the bar a little bit accordingly?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the expectations are high for them. They've all played. They know what the expectations are. They know the defense. Now they got to go out and do it on the game day.
Can you pressure a quarterback? Everybody always asks that question. Can you find that answer?
Again, we'll find out on Saturday. I mean, David Gilbert and Brendan Kelly are their 2 defensive ends. We're doing some creative things, I think, on 3rd down to help us with that. But again, we'll see on Saturday.
When you look back on last season, have these returning players learned the lessons that they needed to learn?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime you go and go through those experiences like we did against Michigan State and Ohio State, every opportunity is a learning experience. And the guys have learned from them the hard way, but they've learned from them, and they're better because of it. I think the end of the season was a result of the hard lessons we learned. I mean, we finished strong.
The one thing you have to correct?
Just consistency with everybody. You know, we played a lot of really good snaps last season, but it's the few big plays that we gave up, and it was just because of a lack of technique or miscommunication. We've got to eliminate those things.
Do you like what you've seen during the training camp in terms of building a personality?
Absolutely. I mean, the guys come out, when our starting 11 are out there, they're pretty good, and they come with a lot of juice and enthusiasm and energy for practice, and they do it from the start to the finish, and now we just got to go out there on Saturday and prove it.
And what are the things from your perspective that makes a good defense and will make this defense good this year?
Well, we got to make ourselves hard to beat, you know, by being in the right spots every single day or every single play. And if we do that, we'll be hard to beat. Now we just got to play with great effort. You know, if we play with fanatical effort and in the right spots, make ourselves hard to beat, you know, we'll win some games.
Chris, good luck this year.
Thank you.
For Chris Ash, I'm Mike Lucas. You're watching the Badger Sports Report.
It's game on at your Badgerland Chevy dealer.
Choose from over 900 new Chevy Silverados and more arriving daily in the Badgerland area. Crew cabs, extended cabs, 4x4s, all clearly marked with Chevy's lowest total confidence price. Save up to $9,400. That's right, up to $9,400 on a Chevy Silverado All-Star Edition.
Now is the time for a great deal on a new Chevy.
The price you see is the price you pay.
Chevy is #1 in Wisconsin. Get your next Chevy at your Badgerland Chevy dealer.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
We are not magicians or superheroes. We have no special powers or magic wands. We cannot pull rabbits out of our hats or make things disappear. We are not magicians, but some days we do perform a little magic. We are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at the American Family Children's Hospital at the University of Wisconsin. UW Health. Remarkable.
The Badger Sports Report with Bret Bielema is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Hyundai, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
This week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week comes from Mike in Green Bay. He says, Coach, love the improvements at Camp Randall Stadium, but can you tell us about a part of the stadium that most of us as fans don't see, specifically the weight room and the new locker room?
Mike, that's a great question. We're very excited. Obviously, the upgrades in the stadium with the years and the conferences and the retired numbers is pretty special. I thought that was a big hit, and I'm sure the fans enjoyed it today. But the part I'm excited about as a head coach, we're building a facility that will increase 3 areas that our players live in every day: the locker room, the weight room, and academics. We've probably got the worst facilities in the Big Ten Conference as we stand right now here today, and obviously as 2-time Big Ten champs, it's kind of hard to believe that, but we're moving at the beginning of February of next year. We should be fully moved in. Kids were actually in the locker room today for the first time of the new. It's not anywhere done and ready, but it does make you appreciate our kids because they were just genuinely excited.
Well, it's so important too, but you know, an average fan is not going to see that part.
No.
You look at the stadium, and Camp Randall is beautiful, but in the world of recruiting, everything, locker room, weight room, academic center, can make a big difference.
Huge. Made a difference today. We got a commitment today that we weren't really expecting, so I think it shows the immediate effect that we have right now with this facility upgrade and how much it impacts our recruiting.
All right, Mike, we thank you for your question. This week's Great Dane question of the week, Mike from Green Bay. The Great Dane has 4 locations in Madison on the east side, downtown, Hilldale, as well as Fitchburg. Coach Bielema's radio show at the Fitchburg Great Dane location every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Remember, there is a Great Dane in Wausau as well. Game 1 is down. Now road trip number 1 as the Badgers head west to Corvallis, Oregon to take on the Oregon State Beavers. This will be the first game of the season for Oregon State. This game this past weekend was postponed because of the hurricane. The opponent, Nicholls State, could not get out of Louisiana. So it's the season opener for Oregon State. Game 2 for the Badgers kickoff out west, 3 o'clock Central Time. And we'll talk to you next week after the Badgers complete game number 2. Thanks for joining us.
For more than 60 years, the Mendota Gridiron Club has been a loyal supporter to the Badger football program. In my 20 years in college football, I have never seen anything like the Mendota Gridiron Club. As a member, you'll get closer to the program with weekly meetings during the season, special events, golf outings, and more. In today's tough economy, we appreciate your support now more than ever. Become a part of something special. Become a Mendota Gridiron Club member today.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
Where others saw limits, we found a key to feeding a hungry planet. Where others thought big, we proved the power of small. Where others saw a frozen desert, we discovered a lens into the heart of the universe. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.